Lara was beautiful, not the loud, careless kind of beauty, but the quiet one that made people stop and look twice. Her skin carried a natural glow, her figure graceful without effort. Men noticed her wherever she went. Women admired her, some with smiles, others with envy. In another life, beauty would have opened golden doors for her. But Lara did not live in that other life. She lived in poverty. Lara came from a broken home held together by pain and memory. Her mother was dead, killed in a terrible road accident. Her father survived that same accident, but it left him crippled. Since that day, he had not walked again. Doctors said surgery could help him walk, but the surgery had to be done abroad. That single word might as well have meant another planet. They lived in an uncompleted building at the edge of town. No doors, no windows. When rain fell, they shifted their mattress away from the leaves. When the sun was harsh, the heat baked their skin like fire. Hunger was their daily companion. 3 square meals were a luxury. Sometimes Lara took her father to the roadside to beg. She hated it. She hated the way people looked at them, some with pity, some with irritation, some pretending not to see them at all. Some days they returned home with coin, barely enough for Gary. Other days they returned with nothing. At night, Lara would lie awake listening to her father's breathing, wondering how life could be so cruel. She had once dreamt of becoming a surgeon. That dream now felt like a joke life had played on her. She had finished secondary school, nothing more. School fees, books, uniform, those things belonged to another world. Hunger had replaced ambition. Survival had replaced dreams. Yet, one thing Lara promised herself: she would never sell her body for money. Men approached her often, some with smooth words, some with money, some with open disrespect. Just enjoy yourself small, they would say. She always said no. Poverty would not turn her into something she hated. One afternoon, after returning from begging with empty hands, Lara sat on a broken block outside their shelter and cried. How long will we live like this? Begging had not lifted them, it only crushed her dignity further. That was when an idea came. What if I start a small food business, a buka? Something small, something honest. She began to save little by little, coins from kind strangers, small help from neighbors, sacrifices that hurt. It took months, but finally she gathered enough to start. She bought a small table, a few plastic chairs, one pot, one cooler. Cooking, she barely knew how, but she remembered the little her mother had taught her before she died. It will work, she said to herself. The first day customers came, Lara's heart danced. Then the complaints started. This food is not sweet. My stomach is paining me. Someone vomited. Another ran to toilet. By evening, her buka was empty and not in a good way. Lara sat behind the table and cried like a child. What will I do to succeed? She said. She remembered her friend Bola. Bola's mother owned a popular food joint. People crowded there daily. Sometimes customers even washed plates just to eat. Lara went there. She tasted the food. It was normal, not extraordinary. Confused, she asked Bola jokingly,
What's your mother's
Bola, what is
secret?
your mother's secret? Bola laughed it off. Days passed, Lara kept asking. One evening, Bola looked serious and said, Lara, why do you keep asking for my mother's secrets? Lara said, because I want to start a restaurant business and I want it to be
What's your
booming.
mother's secret?
And she said,
Takes water from her pot.
Lara, promise me you won't tell anyone.
What's your mother's
I
secret?
promise,
She
Lara
takes
said.
water from her pot.
My mother uses water from her private parts to cook. The words stopped. Lara vomited violently. That night, she did not sleep. She dreamt. In the dream, she followed the secrets. Her restaurants boomed. Money flowed. Her father worked again. She flew him abroad. She built a house. People respected her. She woke up shaking. Then she remembered her mother's voice. Do not follow bad paths because you want to be rich. But her father needed surgery. The next day, torn between conscience and desperation, Lara went to the market to buy foodstuffs. On her way back, a car ran into her. She had an accident. When she woke up, she was in the hospital. The man who hit her had rushed her there. When Lara regained her consciousness, she screamed, "Where am I?" "Easy, relax," the man said gently. "You were in an accident." Memory rushed back. The market, the bike, the crash. "My goods!" Lara cried. "What about my goods?" The man looked down. "I'm sorry, I didn't see anything. I rushed you here immediately." Tears filled Lara's eyes. Everything she had gone. The man paid every hospital bill. He apologized again and again. Then he asked where she lived. She hesitated, ashamed, but she told him. He drove her there. When he saw the uncompleted building, he froze. "You live here?" Lara nodded. Her
You
father
live
dragged
here?
himself forward
Yes,
to
we
greet the
do.
stranger. Lara told her story. The accident that killed her mother, the surgery her father needed, the dream she almost destroyed. The man listened in silence. That silence changed everything. Within days, the man rented them a small apartment, clean, safe, and human. Then came the miracle Lara never imagined. He flew her father abroad. The surgery was successful. For the first time in years, Lara watched her father stand. She cried like a child. One evening, the man asked her, "What do you want for yourself?" Lara didn't hesitate. "I want to be a surgeon." He smiled. Years passed. School was hard. Life tested her, but she remembered her mother's voice. She graduated. Dr. Lara. Today, Lara saves life, but she also warns people. Be careful where you eat. Not every success is clean. Not every sweet food is pure. Her story became a lesson. Integrity saved her life. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening to this story.